This is video lecture number 1 of week number 6. In this video lecture, we discuss what do you mean by implicit function and what do you mean by implicit derivatives, how to find or what are the formulas of finding the derivative of inverse trigonometric functions, hyperbolic trigonometric function and inverse hyperbolic trigonometric functions. Let's start with the implicit function and implicit derivatives. We just see these two equations. Y is equal to x squared plus 3, which represent the parabola, and x squared plus y squared equal to 4, which represent the circle. If you see this equation, y is expressed in terms of x. That means if x is given, I can find y very easily, that is directly. Whereas in the second function, x and y on the left side, if I give the value of x, I can find the value of y, but not directly, but after some simplification. That means I cannot find y directly whenever x is given to you. So the first category, the first equation is known as explicit function, which we have discussed earlier. In all our earlier lecture or video lectures, we have considered how to find the derivative of explicit function where y is on the left, x is on the right, that is y is a function of x. Now we are considering the implicit function, this type, where xy on the left side and the number or the 0 is on the right side. That means in the implicit function, we will not be able to find the value of y directly whenever x is given. So these are the implicit function, these are the explicit function. So explicit function derivative we have done earlier. That means all the derivatives whatever we have considered earlier, they are for explicit function and they are called explicit derivatives. Now in this topic we will be considering implicit function and implicit derivatives. So here I have just written if I want to find the value of y, then I will be getting these two values, and it is not directly we will be able to find the value of y from this equation. So what do you mean by implicit derivative? The process of differentiating both sides of an equation, that is with respect to x, and then solving for this, that is y prime, that is dy by dx, is called implicit differentiation. But in the implicit differentiation is for implicit function. So is it that it is a straightforward in the implicit differentiation? No. In the implicit differentiation, we use the chain rule. When we use the chain rule, whenever you are differentiating any function in y, that is containing y, that means if I am finding the derivative of a function in y, so remember we have two functions here. So derivative of g, it is g prime y, then derivative of y, it is y prime x. So this is what you call the chain rule, what we are using. So the chain rule will be used in the implicit differentiation for the implicit function whenever we are differentiating any function containing y. Otherwise, no. So let's see an example here. Yes. In this case, we are asked to find the equation of the tangent line implicitly. That is, we are asked to find y prime x for this. Look at it. X, y and y are on the left. The right side you have a constant. So this is implicit function. So implicit function means x, y on one side or they are mixed. Whereas explicit means y is always on the left and x is always on the right side. So what we are doing here is we are finding y prime x for this implicit function, and then we are finding the equation of the line at this point. So what is the method? I take this implicit function and I differentiate both the sides with respect to x. See, d by dx of left, d by dx of the right. So what is the derivative of x square? It is 2x. No chain rule here, because chain rule will be used only when you are dealing with term containing y. But when I am finding the derivative of this second term, because this term has y, so first I will differentiate the power. See, 3y square. Then I differentiate y. See, y prime x. So this is the chain rule I use because this term contains y minus 2, right? Then derivative of y, it is 1, and derivative of y is y prime x. See, 3y square is the derivative of the power. So this derivative of y, there is no power here, so I will write directly it is y prime x. Derivative of 3 is 0. So what I do, I keep this term on this term and this term I will keep on the left, because there is a common y prime x, and this 2x I bring to the right side, it is minus 2x. Then I take this common, and then you have this. Then this term I cross multiply, so minus 2x by this, it is y prime x. I found it. Now here I will put x is equal to 2, y equal to 1, right? Then I will get the slope at the point 2, 1, that is minus 4. Then I use the formula y is equal to slope x minus this value and plus f of 2, that is 1. Here on the right you have a plus 1. So that has been brought to the left, it becomes minus 1. So this is what the equation of the tangent line. Another example. See here, again we are finding the equation of the tangent line by implicit differentiation. So first find y prime x for this implicit function, and then find the equation of the tangent line at the same point. So I will do the same thing. This and this I differentiate both the sides with respect to x. But when I differentiate these two terms, remember I will be using the product rule, because this is a function, this is a function. There is no number here. So therefore both are functions. So I will be using the product rule. See, differentiation of x square, 2x, y square as it is, and then plus x square as it is, differentiation of y square. First I will 2 the power 2y, and then derivative of y, y prime x, minus 2 into 1, yes 2, differentiation of 4, 0, and minus 4, derivative of y, it is dy by dx, that is y prime. Then this minus 4 y prime x I bring on the left, and this term I will bring on the right, because what I will be doing is I am collecting on one side the term containing y prime x, and on the other without that. So this and this I on the left, and this on the right. Say they are right. Then in this you have a common. This is the term. Then I cross multiply. I will get y prime x. So here I substitute x is equal to 2 minus 2. I get this is the slope. Then substituting in the equation of the tangent line. So this is minus 2. It is on the right here. Minus 2. I bring it to the left, it becomes plus 2. This is the equation of the tangent line. And now one application example. You see, this is the van der Waals equation relating the pressure and the volume. So what are we going to do now? Assuming that implicitly, so what we are going to do? We are going to implicit defines V as a function of pressure. So V is a function of pressure. See, look at it. Assuming that this equation implicitly defines the volume V as a function of prime. So V is a function of P. So derivative means it is dV by dP. You need to find at this point. So what I do, I differentiate both the side with respect to p. Remember, v is a function of p. So therefore, I will be doing the differentiating both respect to p. So I write d by dp, d by dp. See, d by dp of p is 1. Now 5 out. Then d by dp of this, that's the power first. So minus 2 into v minus 3. So 5 into 2, which is minus 2, it is minus 10 power. Then C, derivative of V, dV by dP. Just only you have to be very careful that V is Y and P is X. That's all. Then derivative of what you call this as it is. This means I am using the product rule, this and this. So I find the derivative of this as it is. Now I keep this as it is here, then I find the derivative of this. So what is the derivative of v with respect to p? It is dv by dp minus 0. So derivative of any number is 0. So I will collect this 5v to the power minus 2 dv by dp, 10v to the minus 3, that is with minus dv by dp. So first I will multiply these two. So this and this I will multiply, and then this and this I will multiply. So look at it, this, and I will collect all dv by dp. This is 1, yes. So we have that is minus 10 this, right, minus 10 into this, and then this into this I keep, and the term with this 1 into this, am I right? I bring on the right, so it is changing the sign. So 1 v minus 0 means it is plus, because when it I bring to the right, and this becomes minus. Then I want dv by dp, I will just cross multiply this by this. This is dv by dp. And here I will substitute uh, v, that is vp means this is dy by dx means I will put p equal to 1, and then p equal to 5 and v equal to 1. So I see v prime p 5. Just I put it here, v equal to 1 and then p equal to 5. So I will get this answer. So next one is the derivative of the inverse trigonometric function. So you need to just look at these what you call the formulas. Like we have a 6 trigonometric function. Similarly, we have 6 inverse trigonometric functions. So check this and remember these. These are all the formulas you need to remember, uh, like the derivative of 6 trigonometric function. Exactly similarly, we have a derivative of 6 inverse trigonometric function. So remember these what you call formulas of derivatives of inverse trigonometric function. We know details about these inverse trigonometric functions. So these part, that is finding the derivative of the inverse trigonometric function, I will take up in the next what you call video lecture, part 2 of this 6A.